restrictions.
All right, good morning and welcome to the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg, and I'm waiting for my guest. Good morning. James Gunter, the executive director of Present Pillars, will be joining us shortly. I did text with him a few minutes ago, and he said, here, I'll tell you exactly what I said. Because I warn all my guests, please plan to arrive no later than 6:55 a.m., so that we can get you situated. If you want coffee, we can get that machine warmed up. I said, good morning, on your way. He said, good morning, coming in hot. So I assume I'm going to have to let him in shortly. Anyway, good morning and welcome to the WSJM Morning Show. One of the things that we've been talking about a lot here on the morning show and in the news coverage that we have both here on the radio and online at WSJM.com is the parking issue in downtown St. Joseph. I mean, you really can't get away from it because we talked about it as it was in its development, even going years back when parking consultants had been brought in repeatedly to examine the situation and see what's going on. But now that it's in place, now that it went in place as of May 15th, a lot of folks have been giving their feedback, and we've been getting a lot of calls, a lot of contacts, a lot of emails, people saying, hey, what about this? What about this? What about this? And I assume they're sharing that as well with city commissioners. Well, the city commissioners are acting, and they have set a special meeting for 12:30 this afternoon to talk about downtown parking, the paid parking program. Why on a Thursday afternoon? Why a special meeting? Unclear. Exactly what will be heard and talked about there? Unclear. Don't know. We've heard rumors. Our sources are telling us, well, maybe they'll be talking about, there's James. Hey, James. Okay, hang on one second here. Let's see if I can do this. Do that. Come on in. All right. So they're having the meeting at 12:30 today. Maybe some of the things they'll be doing are the residential program. Maybe they'll implement that so residents feel free to go down there and not have to pay for parking. And then, hey, come on in. We're on the video live stream. Good to see you. Here. I've already got the video live stream going, James. What do we have here? Trey? Good to meet you, Trey. Come on in. Have a seat. Yes, sir. All right. So we're on the Facebook video live stream. Okay, I'm going to turn your microphones on. You can feel free to put the headphones on, but you don't need them if you don't want them. Let's see. I'll adjust my camera here. All right. There we go. Trey, would you do me a favor? But right behind you, there's a TV monitor, and on the right side at the bottom, there's an on-off button. Let's just turn that baby off. There we go. Thank you. Welcome.
Well,
it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Coming in hot.
Oh, yeah.
I did tell the story to my folks on the oops, I've got that microphone there. I did tell my story to the folks on the video live stream, so I hope you don't mind I shared that.
Oh, no, that's okay.
How are things going this morning?
Pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good. You've got Dad's Week coming up, so
Yes,
I hope we talk about that. We talk about anything, how things are going at Present Pillars.
Definitely.
All right. Let's do a quick weather check. How's the weather out there right now?
It is wet. A little cold.
I got my cardigan on today. You got your sweatshirt.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right.
Trey's never cold.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. Very good. All right. Well, we'll start the program here in just a moment. We've got news coming up from our WSJM newsroom. We have got a sports report, and then we'll have a good conversation this hour talking with James Gunter and Trey about Present Pillars and find out more about that program and Dad's Week that's coming up. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
And we're maxed out.
Maxed out cards, rent is due. We just need some extra cash to help us get by.
Maybe we should go to 27cash.com.
With our bad credit,
27cash.com is one of the largest personal loan networks. They can help people with any type of credit get up to $5,000, and cash can hit our bank account as soon as tomorrow.
When you need extra cash, go to 27cash.com. That's 27cash.com. 27cash.com.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
7:05, it's the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning, I'm Ken Lundberg. Thanks for joining us on the Morning Show. On Thursday, arguably the best day of the week. What do you think, James? James Gunter is my guest this hour. Thursday, best day of the week?
You say arguably, and I'm not willing to do it. So I'm going to say yes. Thursday is the best day of the week.
James Gunter is here. He's the executive director with Present Pillars, and he's got a big event coming up. It's called Dad's Week. And so we want to tell you all about that, what it's designed for who it's designed for, and what it's all about, what the mission is, and what the objective is. That's coming up next hour. He's brought a special guest in as well, Trey Campbell. And so we'll be learning a little bit more about these individuals, hearing their stories, and talking about Present Pillars and Dad's Week. So stay tuned for that. If you have any questions on that, you can put them into the live stream chat. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube right now, in addition to the radio. We'll have news in just a moment. First off, let's take a look at that forecast. I think the rain will be tapering off. It's just going to be mostly cloudy today for the most part, mainly early showers clearing out and giving us about 75 degrees for a high today. Northeast winds, not as bad as earlier this week, so just 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, mostly cloudy, a low around 57 degrees, and northeast winds about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, mostly cloudy, a chance of showers, high around 76. Saturday and Sunday, they look pretty identical. Partly cloudy skies both days. High somewhere in the mid-70s, inland, a little cooler by the lake, and lows probably in the 50s, lower 50s, maybe getting down into the upper 40s, and only a slight chance of showers both of those days. All right, some of the news that we're following in the WSJM newsroom this morning. Following weeks of debate and consternation shared by area residents and downtown business owners, the city of St. Joseph, the commission, is holding a special meeting this afternoon to discuss the downtown parking program. For the city, calling special meetings of the full commission in the middle of the day, almost in the middle of the week, are relatively rare. The parking program started on May 15th. We're just 21 days in, and already the city has admitted that it started too early. Signage has been inadequate in some areas, and business owners say they're seeing a drastic drop in revenues. Now, this afternoon's meeting was called for by two commissioners, Tess Ulrey and Michael Sorolla. At one of the recent meetings, Commissioner Ulrey called for the city to consider residential parking passes as part of the program. Commissioner Sorolla said the recommendation for paid parking originated with the Downtown Development Authority, and the views of the downtown business owners were not adequately reflected in their decision. No word yet on specifically what they'll be dealing with today in this special meeting. The special meeting will be held in the City Commission chambers at 12:30. You can stay tuned to WSJM and WSJM.com for updates on that. Van Buren County Sheriff Dan Abbott has been named the 2025 Sheriff of the Year by the Michigan Sheriff's Association. Abbott tells us he was picked up the award this past weekend at the association's annual gathering in Grand Rapids. He says he still can't believe he was picked by his colleagues statewide for this honor.
I can tell you when I got the call from the executive director, I was speechless. You know, you do this job to get back to the community. I truly believe in my faith. It's a calling. So when you get honored for such an award like that, I can tell you I was speechless, humbled.
Abbott received the award that is presented annually to a Michigan sheriff who exemplifies the highest standards of professionalism, integrity, and commitment to public service. He says he's found the best way to serve as sheriff is to remember why you're doing it.
You got to be humble and true to your roots on who you are. You need to put the uniform on every day and come in and do it for the right reason, not for a pat on the back or a paycheck, and just lead from the front by example.
Abbott says he's supported by a great staff who are all dedicated to the community and love serving. He was selected for the award by fellow sheriffs from all over the state. Abbott has been in law enforcement for 32 years, all of them with the Van Buren County Sheriff's Department. He was first elected sheriff in 2016. Taking place today at Benton Harbor High School is the annual Peace Walk and Peace Day Reunion. The event will bring together more than 500 students, educators, parents, and community members for a peaceful march from the high school to the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Monument at City Center Park. It'll be followed by a return to the school campus for continued celebration and reflection. Gwen Johnson Swanigan, one of the march's organizers, spoke to the Benton Harbor City Commissioners about the event earlier this week.
I wanted to invite all of you to be there in the community, to come out and stand with our youth and walk with our youth and celebrate with our youth.
Swanigan said all should support this effort. Benton Harbor Area Schools says the event serves as the grand finale of a transformative civil rights trail tour recently completed by 38 Benton Harbor High School students. They traveled to key sites in Atlanta, Birmingham, Montgomery, and Selma, walking the same streets where legends of the civil rights movement marched. Peace Day founder and creator Nora Gavin says the message of today's march is that if students are peaceful, our schools are more peaceful, their homes will be more peaceful, and our community will be more peaceful. The march starts at 8:15 this morning, just a little more than an hour away, and the Peace Day itself, the celebration, runs through 11 o'clock. And finally, the South Haven City Council has approved amendments to the city's sign ordinance. At their regular meeting this week, the council heard from zoning and legal staff about the Planning Commission's lengthy review of the sign ordinance, specifically for non-permanent signs. Councilmember Joe Reeser explained the motivation for the review.
The residents in residential communities are concerned because some of these short-term rental signs are, in fact, up for an indefinite period of time. Some of them a couple of years.
Reeser wondered if such a sign could still be considered non-temporary or whether it can be considered permanent and therefore regulated as such. City Attorney David Eberly said defining a permanent sign that way could create some issues.
Trying to call out and regulate or prohibit short-term rental signs amounts to content-based discrimination is going to land you in hot water regarding constitutional issues.
Zoning amendment seeks to create parity between residential and non-residential districts in their treatment of non-permanent signs, protect free speech rights, preserve neighborhood character, and ensure compliance with court rulings. Among other things, the amendments distinguish between permanent and non-permanent signs based on how easy they are to remove or be put up. The amendments also regulate signs by commercial and residential districts and place size limits on non-permanent signs. After much discussion, the council approved the changes, noting how carefully the Planning Commission had to tread when drafting those new ordinance provisions. It's 7:12. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning. I'm Ken Lundberg. We're going to be talking with James Gunter and Trey Campbell in just a moment. It's the WSJM Morning Show.
Sports on the Michigan News Network.
The Tigers won a thriller 5-4 last night over the White Sox. The Bats supported Sawyer Gibson Long with 4 first-inning runs, but by the bottom of the 5th, Chicago tied it at 4. That set up late-game heroics from Colt Keith. An 8th-inning double scoring Wencio Perez proved to be the game winner. Manager A.J. Hinch credits the resiliency of the offense during an up-and-down series.
They may go into a stretch, and I get asked questions about the at-bats where they struggle or maybe they don't produce. These guys play every single day.
Brevia, Holton, Vest, and Canely combining for...
All right, back on the video live stream. Good morning and welcome to the video live stream. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Here with me in the studio this morning, James Gunter is the executive director of Present Pillars. He's brought a guest in, Trey Campbell. I love that cup. I just don't have the guts to bring it on. Yeah. I love that.
It's very dad.
It's very dad. It's a very dad joke cup.
I saw the normal ones and I was like, yeah, that's what I was going to do.
I love it. Hold that up for the folks on the video live stream. Here, let me do it. Here, hang on. Let me zoom in. Okay, zooming in. There we go. Yep. That's the one. Okay, thank you. All right. And Trey, could I have you scoot over that way about 2 feet, please? There you go. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, and then make that microphone your friend. Just right. Yeah, right there is perfect. All right, let's get underway. We've got a couple minutes before we get back on the radio. So here on the video live stream, let's tell folks, James, who have you brought in today? And then during our radio program, we'll remind people what Present Pillars is all about.
Definitely. So today I have with me Tremarion Campbell. We call him Trey.
Okay.
Trey is a lot of things. Overall, a really good guy. He's really on his way. And I'll let him tell his story. But
okay,
I just wanted to bring him in as a great example of what Present Pillars does.
Excellent. I appreciate that. And remind people, for those who might not know, the mission of Present Pillars. What are you all about?
So Present Pillars empowers fathers and father figures to navigate their barriers so that they become the dads of their dreams. Focusing in heavily on fathers that are between the ages of 16 and 24. And when we talk about fatherhood, we're talking about aspiring, expecting, or current fathers.
Okay.
And Trey happens to be one of our aspiring.
Okay. Aspiring, expecting, or current fathers. And I still feel like you're a new organization, but I don't think you are. How long have you been doing this?
So in July, next month, actually, July 6th, will be 4 years old.
4 years.
4 years.
That's awesome. Are you doing anything to mark the occasion?
We are. We're
Okay.
not saying yet, but
Okay.
definitely.
But you've got a big event coming up next week. Next week?
So all of next week. Yes.
Okay, all of next week, Dad's Week.
Mhm.
Give us an overview. What's happening there?
So Monday, we're encouraging everyone to wear blue.
Okay.
It's Wear Blue Day in support of men's health.
Okay.
Tuesday, we're asking everyone to come out, lend a hand at Frank's Park. We're transforming that space to be a better space for children and families between the ages of 0 to 5.
Okay.
We'll be at Celebration Cinema that evening, seeing Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah.
Tickets are on sale. They're $7.50 each. They come with a popcorn and a drink.
Nice. $7.50 for a movie, a popcorn, and a drink. You can't get that anymore.
Anywhere.
So that's a great deal. Yeah.
Then on Wednesday, we'll be at the Boys and Girls Club Teen Center, the Best Buy Teen Tech Center. And we'll be doing some what we call free fatherhood flicks.
Okay.
So for everyone out there, every dad and every child deserves a picture together.
Okay.
And we found that so many dads don't have a picture with their children.
Yeah.
It could be for any reason. It could be because you're usually taking the picture, right?
Yeah.
It could be because maybe you don't live there, but
Yeah. Okay. Hang on one second. We're going to go through those and other more events that are coming up with Dad Week. It's all coming up next on the WSJM Morning Show. Stand by.
Partly to mostly cloudy, we drop down to 57. And tomorrow, mostly cloudy. A few scattered showers here and there. High temperatures in the middle 70s. We'll be in the middle 70s over the weekend with some small chances of rain. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
7:17. It's the WSJM Morning Show. Good morning. It's Thursday, June 5th. I'm Ken Lundberg, and in the studio this hour, our Community Voices segment, we're talking with James Gunter. He's the Executive Director of Present Pillars. We're also pleased to be joined by Trey Campbell, who is James' guest today, and we'll hear a little bit more from Trey in just a moment. But first off, James, we've already talked on the video live stream about your choice of coffee cups, so thank you for doing that. We leave that in there just to see who our cool guests are, and you have passed the test. And then also, one of the things that I asked you about, hey, you want to talk about St. Joseph parking? You said,
I'm going to keep my opinions to myself.
Okay. Probably wise to do.
Yep.
Wise to do. James Gunter is the Executive Director of Present Pillars. And as we've been talking with him this morning, we've learned that Present Pillars is about to celebrate 4 years,
4 years
in operation. Remind people, what was the idea behind Present Pillars? How did it begin?
Myself, my co-founder, John Sams IV, we were sitting on the couch talking about the good, bad, and ugly of our own fatherhood journeys. And we dreamed up a podcast, just trying to become what we needed.
Yeah.
And from there, it morphed into an organization. And here we are, almost 4.
Sitting on the couch thinking about how can we improve ourselves and how can we improve our community. And 4 years in, I mean, you're not just doing this by yourself. You're not just doing this with private donations. I mean, you've been very active in getting a lot of recognition.
Yeah, it's been a real journey.
Yeah.
It's been a real journey, but it's been a great one. We've been able to help a lot of people along the way. So really, really love being a part of our community in a positive way. So
Yeah.
looking forward to 4 more.
Yeah, the reason that you're here today specifically is to talk about Dad's Week. But before we start talking about Dad's Week and introduce Trey and why he's here, but talk again about Present Pillars. Remind people what Present Pillars is all about.
Yeah, so we're about empowering the man behind the dad, helping him navigate his barriers, helping him achieve his health goals and things like that. And most people, when they think about fatherhood, is an act of service, right? And we're fine with that. But caring for yourself is an act of love.
Yeah.
And we have to kind of shift that narrative around how men care for themselves. Because if you look at men's health statistics, it's not a very good picture.
Okay.
Right. So there's nothing wrong with us valuing ourselves so that we show up better for our families.
Yeah. And you were seeing that as a problem, a huge problem in the community.
Definitely.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for addressing that. And we'll keep talking a little bit more about that and about Dad's Week. But why don't you first introduce your guest, Trey Campbell?
All right, so this is Trey Campbell. Trey is 21.
Yeah, I just turned 21.
21.
Hey, congratulations. My son as well
Thank you.
has turned 21 this month.
And Trey is actually on the cusp of achieving a major milestone, and I'll let him tell you about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great. So I'm on the verge of getting my CDL.
Excellent.
I just
Commercial
gotta take
driver's
my
license. Yeah.
I just got to take my state test. So once I do that,
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How long have you been training on that?
so it's been a series of like 3 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it tough?
it's really, they say it is, but it's really not. I mean, I like driving, so it really can't be. It's just remembering all the stuff that you got to say consistently on a piece of paper. That's the tough part.
Tough part for me would be backing that thing up. Those are huge.
That's easy. That's the easy part.
Okay.
You just got to just move your hand.
No, that's great. You doing that up at LMC? Where are you doing that?
Yep, I'm doing it at LMC.
Okay, Lake Michigan College, the CDL program. Congratulations. This is awesome. Good luck on your test.
Thank you.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, so Trey, like I said before, is one of our aspiring fathers. He has his own story with his father, his actual stepfather, being a great mentor to his little brother. So having him around, he's a great example to everyone around him, to be honest with you. If you talk to him, you're like, are you really 21?
Yeah.
Because he always moves with such maturity. So
tell us a little bit about that journey. What is that meant to you? I mean, you know the mission of Present Pillars and what the organization is all about. What's your story?
My story, I didn't really have a father growing up. It was really just me and my moms and like my other family members. So, and where I was at when I was started at Present Pillars, I was at a very tough space. And coming there and being able to get multiple opportunities to better myself, especially after I lost football. Well, I took off from football to better my mental health. And being there, it did a lot. I mean, I went through a trade program. I'm a pre-apprentice. Now I'm getting my CDL. I bought my dream truck. So it's just like things just constantly keep going on for the better. And then my stepdad, like I love cars. He loves cars. He teaches me how to work on cars. He a mechanic. So, and having him around my little brother is amazing. So, yeah.
That's nice. That's not. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
What your dream truck? What kind of truck?
2015 Silverado.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Can you still work on the newer ones? They got a lot of computers in them.
You can. I mean, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you get connected with Present Pillars?
It was through Larry from Michigan Works.
Okay.
Yeah. He did a terrible job explaining James, though. He made him seem real dark and gloomy.
He painted a picture of James being dark and gloomy.
Yeah.
James Gunter? Come on, man. No, that's great. And so when you first met Trey, I mean, tell me about that experience, James.
So I met Trey. He was in a group of, I want to say, three other guys that started. So Michigan Works has a work experience program.
Okay.
The young men or women work with us for 6 weeks as they figure out what's next for them. So when I met Trey, I'm like, whoa, this guy's big, right?
What position did you play in football?
DN and tight end.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So he just jumped in. Initially, he was a lot more shy. He didn't really talk a lot. It took a long time to like break the ice, warm him up. But now it's like I see him every day. Like no matter what happens, I'm going to see Trey every day.
Nice.
So now, and it's the best thing because our work is cyclical.
Okay.
When someone comes in, maybe they need help, but eventually, and it doesn't take long, they end up helping others. So that's one of my favorite things about Trey is like, I could call Trey and say, hey, I need, and before I know it, he's right there and I'm talking to him in person now.
Nice.
So like, that's one, and he's just one of them. There's a few guys that come every day that are always looking to help. And that's my favorite thing about our program right now. Is like I said, that cycle.
Yeah.
The helped become the helpers.
And it really is about building that foundation, empowering. I got this from your website, the Pillar Center, empowering men to thrive through community, education, and resources, with a mission to build a strong foundation for personal growth, fostering a supportive network, and encouraging men to reach their full potential.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got Dad's Week coming up. So tell us all about that. What's the idea behind Dad's Week?
The idea behind Dad Week is that fatherhood is not amplified enough. The importance of it.
Okay.
The importance of men's health is not amplified enough. So for us, we need to go beyond that one day and make it a whole week. And if the problem persists, we'll make it a month.
Okay. Is this how many times have you held Dad Week?
I want to say this is our third Dad Week.
Third Dad Week. And what are the activities? What's going to be happening?
So we'll, on Monday, wear blue. Any shirt, ribbon, pin, whatever you can, wear blue.
How'd you settle on blue, and what does that stand for?
So it's not actually something we came up with.
Okay.
I've heard about it all over the state. So just encouraging people to wear blue in support of men's health.
Okay. Men's health issues. I mean, I immediately think about things that are sometimes uniquely men, prostate cancer, that kind of thing, making sure that you're aware of getting those regular checkups, because many times, and I think I've heard you say this, you're focused on taking care of others. You don't focus on yourself.
Yes.
Okay. So that's Monday, wear blue.
Wear blue.
Okay.
Tuesday, we are at Frank's Park. We recently adopted it. So we'll be there revitalizing the space.
Okay.
Tuesday evening, we bought out a theater. So we'll be viewing Lilo and Stitch.
Celebration Cinema, right?
Celebration Cinema.
And give us, what do you get and how much does it cost? Because I'm floored by this. This is a good deal.
Oh, yeah. So you get a ticket, a drink, and popcorn for $7.50.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Yep.
You can't do that much anymore.
Yeah, we wanted to discount it a lot to make it attractive.
Yeah. How'd you do Lilo and Stitch? How'd you settle on that?
So I just asked people what they wanted to see based on what was out.
Yeah.
I now that I know, we can choose any movie.
Okay.
I didn't know that. I thought it had to be a current.
Oh, really? You can
movie,
choose
yeah.
any movie.
Choose any movie.
Oh man, I got some horror movies I like to watch. They're probably not good though.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
still
Lilo
can't
and
watch
Stitch. Okay. All right. What else is coming up on the week?
Wednesday we have Free Fatherhood Flicks.
Okay.
So we're partnering with the Best Buy Teen Tech Center at Boys and Girls Club to do that program, recognizing that every father needs a picture with his child and every child needs a picture with their dad.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that, because I every so often somebody asks me for a picture of me and my boys. I don't have them. I mean, I have pictures of them. I have pictures of me with one or two of them or something like that, but not all of them with me together. And it's kind of nice to have.
Yep.
There are a few now. I'll tell that. Stephanie, my wife, she makes sure, but
yeah. And it's something that, like if you're sitting alone one day, you're like, hey, wow, I can look through these pictures and stuff.
They're nice.
But later on in life too, maybe when we're gone, we have our kids have those things to remember us by.
Absolutely. No, that's really important. So that's going to be at the Boys and Girls Club at the Best Buy Tech Center.
Yes, sir.
Teen Tech Center. Okay, very good. What else?
Then finally on Sunday, we'll be at Gene Clark Park with Uncle Carl for the beach bash.
Oh, tell us about that.
So basically, Carl Stiegel, our amazing pillar of the year, is coming to the end of his quote unquote reign.
Okay.
So the Pillar Awards will be on October 11th.
Okay.
Save that date.
All right.
Where we'll have our new Pillar of the Year announced, and so this year it's all about Carl. So he'll host that beach event.
Tell us a little bit about Carl and why he is currently reigning as the Pillar of the Year.
Carl Stiegel. I can't say enough great things about Carl Stiegel. To know Carl is to understand that he has a deep love for community. When I was saying with Trey, you can't call Carl and say you have a problem, because he's going to fix it. He's going to make sure that there is no problem anymore. This year alone, he's donated a car to Present Pillars because we noticed that a lot of our young men didn't have a driver's license.
Okay.
So he donated a car so we can help them practice and take their road tests.
Wow.
Just nonstop assistance and caring. And that's my big brother.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. All right. We're talking with James Gunter, Executive Director for Present Pillars. Trey Campbell is here as well. And we'll be talking more with them about Present Pillars and Dad Week and the mission and how they've been doing. It's all coming up right here on the WSJM Morning Show. Again, you can hear it here on the radio. We're going to continue the conversation as well on our video live stream on YouTube and on Facebook. That's happening right now on WSJM.
What would you call a free?
Okay, still on the video live stream, back with James and Trey. Trey, tell me a little bit more about your love of cars. You work on any fast cars? What kind of cars do you appreciate? Because I know how old you are, because you told us. You said you're 21 years old. My son Stuart is 21. He turned 21 in May, and I think an old car to you and him, somebody your age, probably not the same thing as what I'm thinking about. What kind of cars do you appreciate?
I'll tell you that you're mistaken.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
My dream car is a 85 Monte Carlo
Okay.
SS.
Oh man,
I love the G bodies.
Yeah.
I also want a 1970s Chevelle.
Oh yeah.
So it's really anything GM related. Really Chevy. I'm a Chevy guy.
Okay. All right. No Ford Mustang in the collection there?
Nah.
Come on, 1969 fastback Mustang with the louvers on the back.
If I get it, I'll sell it. It's a Ford. It's no good to me.
There are Ford people out there weeping right now, but GM people are going, yeah. All right. What's the so you work on? You've got your Sierra,
Silverado.
I'm sorry, excuse me, the Silverado right now. What have you done any modifications on that?
Not just yet.
Okay.
I only been able to change the tail lights.
Okay.
I wrapped my emblems, so they're black now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. When I was living out east, I lived in Washington D.C. for a few years, and the I don't know, the most eclectic choice I had was I wanted a pickup truck, and so I got a Toyota Tundra, which is, if you measure it, I think it's like 17, 18 feet long in Washington D.C., where you only have parallel parking available to you. Got very good at parallel parking. I mean, I could park literally with like an inch between me and without playing bumper cars. I did modify it in two ways. I had a performance chip that I put into it, and then I also put a cold air intake on it. And that's about all. Well, no, I take that back. I put a rear view camera. I used OEM parts to put a rear view camera on the thing. That's fun stuff. I love doing that.
It's beautiful. It's time consuming.
Yeah.
You could relax and just do it. It get tough. Make you want to get mad sometimes. But it's a beautiful process, especially when it's your vehicle. You doing it. So you know you're doing it right.
Yeah. Most of my frustrations and the curse words that came out, I try not to do that as much anymore, but most of it came because I didn't have the right tool, and I racked my knuckles because I didn't. That was it. So get the right tool. That's my only advice. But
with me, it's my hands too big, so getting to the right places is kind of tough.
It's tough. It's tough. Good.
I do want to say, Ken, to the people at Ford, those are Trey's views. Those are not the views of Present Pillars. We love you too.
Very well stated. Very diplomatic as well. Do you like cars? Do you appreciate cars, James?
I do. I am a very functional person.
Okay.
Most things in my life are to function.
Is that why you pulled up in the Rabbit out there? What is that?
Oh, I actually came with Trey.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't see. So you're a functional person. And so car preference?
I don't really have one.
Okay.
I just want to be able to get around.
So you're the person who bought the Ford Flex. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that's Nick Gunn.
Yeah.
That's Nick Gunn. I just thought about it.
I actually do like the Ford Flex. And a little piece of trivia, a person who helped out on the design of the Ford Flex used to work up at Whirlpool as their chief designer.
Really?
Yeah. He was Pat Schiavone used to work at Ford. And had something to do with helping to design the Ford Flex.
Nice.
Whirlpool would later on get another designer, actually two other designers who worked in the auto industry, and one of them actually went and I think worked with Pixar, one of those animation companies, and helped in designing some of that stuff for the big screen. We're talking with James Gunter and Trey Campbell. It's the WSJM Morning Show. James is the executive director at Present Pillars. Sounds like Trey is doing a lot of stuff at the Present Pillar, at the Pillar Center, helping people. And at the Pillar Center, they provide resource navigation, fatherhood support, workforce development, mentoring, fellowship, expungement. How's the expungement program going?
Really well. This year, so far, I want to say we're at 100, almost 200 applications processed.
Okay.
Working with our partners at Legal Aid and other volunteer attorneys.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to our fall expungement fair. We don't yet have a date, but that'll
Tell-
be coming soon.
Tell us a little bit about that. And well, actually, we're going to have to hold that because I've got the Bloomberg report wrapping up here in just a moment. We've got to get back and talk about some weather and some news and sports. We'll be right back. It's more with James Gunter and Trey Campbell on the WSJM Morning Show.
The retailers' plans to raise prices. Watch for long lines outside stores selling the new Nintendo Switch 2. GameStop and Best Buy have organized events for gamers to try out the $450 Switch 2 in person, which goes on sale today. And stock futures have been fluctuating this morning after a narrowly mixed close for Wall Street yesterday. The Dow slipped 92, the S&P was essentially flat, the Nasdaq added 62. Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
7:35, it's the WSJM Morning Show for Thursday, June 5th. I'm Ken Lundberg. We've got, what do we have? Cloudy skies out there right now. Yeah, they're clearing out just a hair. We've got 59 degrees in Benton Harbor, 59 in St. Joseph, 58 in South Haven. I probably didn't need the cardigan, but I wore it anyway, just in case, because, boy, the air conditioning was blowing full blast in the studio yesterday. I don't know why. But Dowagiac, I guess to keep the equipment cool. 58 degrees in New Buffalo, 60 degrees in Dowagiac. Niles is 61. And at the South Bend International Airport, just cloudy skies now with 61 degrees. We've got a news preview coming up in just a moment, the latest world and national news. And we're continuing our conversation with James Gunter and Trey Campbell. James is the executive director of Present Pillar. Dad Week?
Yep, Dad Week.
Dad Week is coming up next week, and it starts off with asking men to focus on their own health and wear blue on Monday as a reminder to take care of yourself and wear blue and make sure you're taking care of yourself as you take care of others. 7:36, WSJM Morning Show continues. All right, back on the video live stream. Everything good?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Questions, thoughts? We good? Okay. Anything that we need to mention? We want to make certain that we mention. You have a lot of events going on.
Yeah.
Coming up. That's fantastic.
June is a time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Father's Day is coming up, and you've got Dad Week. But then, you've got the Pillar of the Year. That's in October, you said.
Yep,
October 11. Okay.
Right now, the Men's Health Month Challenge is going on. In partnership with Renaissance Athletic Club.
That's right.
Yep. So we are basically, we have, I want to say 21 guys signed up. And whoever has the most weight loss in the month of June, we got cash prizes and free gym memberships.
That's awesome. 1 second, we'll talk more about that.
News.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Some of the news stories from the WSJM Newsroom we have coming up at 8 o'clock. Following weeks of debate and concerns shared by area residents and downtown business owners, the St. Joseph City Commission is holding a special meeting. It's coming up this afternoon. Why are they meeting? To discuss downtown parking. The parking program for the city. Calling special meetings is a bit of a rare thing, but they're doing it today. The parking program started on May 15, meaning it's just 21 days in. And apparently the complaints, the concerns have continued to come in. And so city commissioners said, well, we better meet and talk some more about this, specifically what they're going to be talking about, what they're going to address, whether they're going to have anything to consider or vote on, unknown at this point. So we'll be covering that for you, and we'll bring you the latest information both on the air and on our website, WSJM.com. Again, that is at the City Commission chambers at 12:30 today. We expect there will be a crowd there. So we'll let you know what happens. Other news that we're following that we'll tell you about at 8 o'clock, the Berrien County Sheriff's Department is planning to have at least 2 deputies on patrol at Silver Beach each day this summer, with more on backup to help keep the peace. We'll tell you what happened on Tuesday night when they had to shut down the beach early. Also, staff at the Cook Nuclear Power Plant in Bridgman, they're gearing up for a major emergency drill later this month. We talked with the Cook spokesperson who tells us every 2 years they do this. County, state, federal agencies all come for a drill at the plant to ensure that staff are prepared for disasters. More news coming up. We've got the latest right now from around the state, and then sports.
The Michigan News Network.
Okay, sorry about that, James. I cut you off midstream. You were talking about the health challenge that you're doing in cooperation with the Renaissance Athletic Center. Tell us a little bit more about that. And again, I mean, what are you finding out there when you raise the topic of health, when you're talking with current, expectant, and aspiring dads?
We're noticing, and not just with our target demographic, but we're noticing that a lot of guys don't prioritize themselves, right? Because they look at it as selfish. But what we're encouraging dads to do is prioritize themselves, and not as an act of selfishness, but an act of love.
Okay.
Because if you're not here,
Yeah.
you're not here, right? And people have to learn to cope and live without you, versus we could learn to live to the best of our abilities so that we can be here. Because it's all about being present, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The present pillar. I like that. What, excuse me, what kind of reaction do you get when you raise the issue of health with folks who might not be taking care of themselves, or at least checking to make sure they're healthy?
I think if most men were honest, they would admit that to a degree, nobody cares.
What do you mean?
So for the expectation for men is to suck it up and get it done and all these things, right? And typically when that is your expectation, you tend to ignore things like that little lingering health issue that you just put to the back burner because, okay, well, it doesn't matter, right? I have to do this anyway. We're encouraging people to, go get screened.
Pay attention to it.
Pay attention, because the difference between catching prostate cancer early and being late, right, is a life.
Yeah, life and death, literally.
Life and death. So I saw a stat the other day. We just posted on our social media yesterday that 80% of U.S. suicides are men. 80%.
80%.
That's outrageous, right?
Wow.
But that means that there's something lingering that we're not addressing, right? And we're letting it fester, and it's growing and becoming larger. And let's save a life. Let's talk about it.
Yeah. Love that. So the health awareness is the first step. How do you coach people who may not have a primary doctor? How do you coach them to get into the system and start taking care with the help of professionals?
Sure. So there are places you can go. There's the Corwell Center for Wellness. I'm an advisory board member there. We now have primary care. There's Intercare. There's Mystique. Getting in front of a doctor, some type of licensed physician, no matter what their title is the first step.
Yeah.
So wherever you can get in and see what they can offer you, and we can go from there.
Yeah. Okay. Love that. So wear blue on Monday next week.
Yes, sir. Wear blue.
Okay. And it doesn't mean that you're a Yankee fan, or maybe you're a Detroit Tigers fan. We can say that. I am a Tigers fan. Are they doing amazing this year?
It's outrageously good.
Holy mackerel. Yeah. I mean, they are the winningest team. Are you a Tigers fan?
I don't know nothing about baseball. But
okay.
You said go, wear blue, but, go green.
You thinking Spartans? Is that what?
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Go white.
Who are we doing with white?
No,
that's they said.
Oh,
in Michigan State, you say go green. They say go white.
Oh, not from Michigan State. Yeah. Okay. One of my sons goes to Michigan, so
that's the other side.
Yeah.
Other side.
I love that. I'm not going to get into an argument on this. But Detroit Tigers, they are doing amazing. They've got the winningest record in baseball this year, and next up, starting tomorrow, they're doing a series against the Cubs. Cubs are doing pretty good.
I don't like the Cubs.
Me either. Nobody likes the Cubs, I don't think. Yep. I think they feel an obligation to like them or to say they like them, but I don't think anyone really likes the Cubs.
I got a couple buddies that like the Cubs, and it's the only thing I don't like.
There are Cubs fans right now. Everyone is like, so mad at Ken right now. Okay, so it's the WSJM morning show. Let's talk a little bit about Nick Gunn, because Nick Gunn, he helps work with Present Pillars right now. He helps everybody, I think, in this community. Right? He is amazing.
Right now, Nick Gunn is in New York at New York University doing a fellowship. I'm so proud of Nick Gunn.
Yeah, he's amazing.
And my favorite thing about Nick is who can actually say they've mentored him, right?
Okay.
He's like a prodigy.
Yeah.
Our social media, our audience, everything about us has been linear.
Okay.
With Nick's help.
Yeah.
And he's 21.
Yeah.
Just like Trey, like all of these untapped, unrecognized young men that people typically write off, right?
Yeah.
If we're being honest, to a lot of people, Ben Harbor is full of failure, right? But I get to see every day these young men that have so much promise. Their life is just starting, right? And the Treys, the Nick Guns, the Justin Cass names, like they're doing amazing, and that's why I love highlighting them.
Yeah, I love that you're doing that. I love that you're doing that, and we appreciate Trey being here this morning. What James told me off the air was that Trey didn't know he was going to be talking on the radio this morning. We okay with that now?
Yeah, I'm all right.
All right, you're doing great. You're doing great. So thank you for doing that. We appreciate it. And Nick, I mean, yeah, he's well, we've got to get back on the air here, but he's what, doing a week or 2 weeks in New York? Is it? Do you know how
Nick,
long it is?
He comes back on Monday.
Okay.
So I think it was a week.
Okay. So he's getting the hobnob with a lot of the well-respected journalists in New York. I hope he comes back.
Yeah.
They might offer him a job while he's there.
Yeah. A couple of days ago, he had Gayle King on his story. His
You're
Instagram
kidding.
Story. Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Nick Eats, if you want to follow it. He's still under Nick Eats, right? Yep. Okay. All right. It's WSJM Morning Show, back in a second.
Cloudy skies with areas of mist and drizzle this morning, but becoming partly cloudy and drying out. High temperatures today will be in the low 70s. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, we drop down to 57. And tomorrow, mostly cloudy. A few scattered showers here and there. High temperatures in the middle 70s. We'll be in the middle 70s over the weekend with some small chances of rain. I'm Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
Shaping up to be a beautiful Thursday. Why? Yeah, because it's Thursday. Arguably one of the best days of the week, according to me. It's 7:46. It's the WSJM Morning Show. I'm Ken Lundberg. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. We've got 60 degrees in Benton Harbor under cloudy skies, 59 in St. Joseph, and South Haven's 58 degrees. Let's make this part of our Moody on the Market update, which is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today. They are your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. In the studio this morning, we've had James Gunter, Executive Director of Present Pillars, and Trey Campbell here as well, someone who frequents the Pillar Center as well. And James was telling me just a moment ago, I mean, in addition to everything that Present Pillars does, sometimes they surprise people and they challenge people. And James did not tell Trey he was going to be on the radio this morning. How did this transpire? How did James set it up for you, Trey? What did you think you were going to be doing here?
Honestly, I thought I was going to be like sitting in the corner somewhere, waiting till he was done.
But James say, I need moral support, Trey. You come with me?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, and why did you do it that way, James?
Because when I tell him to prepare for something, he's like nervous.
Okay.
Because I don't know if are you an extrovert? Are you like a social? I don't see you as a social person.
Not at all.
So when I try to prep him for stuff, it's like, I don't know, like, can I do this? Like, but in the moment, he just shows up.
Yeah, you rise to the occasion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we all can. Some of us, it'll take a little bit to recover after this. So we'll need a little downtime, do whatever you do that makes you happy, work on the truck, whatever you want to do. But anyway, we thank you for coming in and sharing your story with us as well. James Gunter is the Executive Director of Present Pillars. Present Pillars is having Dad Week next week, and all week long there will be different activities and events for area fathers. Do you ever get any concern or criticism? Hey, why are you focusing so much on men? Should we allow this on families?
So the target audience is families.
Okay.
We serve families through responsible fatherhood, right? So when the father is involved and strong and present, everyone benefits. Mom benefits, the children benefit, the community benefits. So everyone wins.
Yeah. You ever talk with moms? Do they ever give you input, advice?
Definitely. I live with one.
Excellent. Good point.
Yeah.
And you've got Dad Week coming up next week. Give people, for those who might just be tuning in, an overview.
Sure. So overview, wear blue on Monday. Come see us at Franks Park on Tuesday from 10 to 2. Franks Park is at 122 East Britain.
Yep.
We'll be at Celebration Cinema. If you come at 5:30, we'll see if we still have more tickets. Tickets are $7.50, include drink and popcorn. Wednesday, we'll be at the Boys and Girls Club, Joel E. Smilo Teen Center. in partnership with the Best Buy Teen Tech Center to do free fatherhood flicks. Every dad deserves a picture with his children.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, we'll be at Gene Clark Park for Uncle Carl's Day at the Beach, Father's Day at the Beach.
Uncle Carl's Day at the Beach. What's going to happen at Uncle Carl's Day at the Beach?
We're going to have a good time. We're going to have cornhole, bounce houses, food, music, fun.
Okay. All
Expect
right.
to have fun.
Father's Day. It sounds like a great way to spend Father's Day. And in fact, I think the weather's going to hold out for you.
I sure hope so.
There's only a slim chance of rain, and I think it's going to be highs somewhere in the lower to mid 70s. So it's going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be good. What help do you need? What assistance, what resources from the community?
So we'll start with the elephant. We are always accepting donations. Please visit our website, www.presentpillars.org. Check out our website. Feel free to call us at 269-363-4000. Ask us all the questions you want. We're happy to help. You can also email us at info@presentpillars.org. See us at Clock's Kitchen, which is the concession stand at Gene Clark Park.
Okay.
The proceeds from that concession stand go to help Present Pillars operations.
Okay.
Let's see. What else do we have?
You operate Clock's Kitchen?
We do.
Present Pillars operates? I did not know that.
Yeah, we do.
That's fantastic.
So this is our second year.
Okay. What are your specialties down there? What do you like to eat there?
I'm really looking forward to the burger this year. So the guys modeled, because I have a group of young guys that really built our menu. So
Okay.
they modeled the menu items after streets in the city.
Oh, really?
So the burger is
Okay.
going to be our staple. It's called the Empire.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
That is super. The Empire Burger. What vegetarian options do you have?
We're still working on it. We don't have any vegetarians.
I coincidentally, I also had the concession operator from Wally and Gertz over at Silver Beach. I had her in earlier this week, and I asked her the same question. She said, "Do you like French fries?"
So I will say we're not doing any fried foods.
Oh, very nice.
We talk a lot about men's health. So
Yeah.
we was like, we got to draw the line somewhere. So
Nice.
no fried foods.
Look at you. That's great. But I love how you're naming the burgers after streets. Empire Burger. Any other?
The other menu item I'm excited about is called the Wakanda. So there's a Benton Harbor staple we call a pizza burger.
Ooh, that sounds good.
So we're calling that one the Wakanda.
The pizza burger. What goes into a pizza burger for those who might not know?
Pizza burger is a bun. There is ground beef pizza sauce mix.
Okay.
It has cheese on it, and you can put pepperoni or whatever pizza topping you want on top.
Oh man,
it's really good.
I'm getting real hungry.
It's really good.
All right. That's part of our Moody on the Market update. We'll be back with James and Trey in just a moment, but the Moody on the Market update is brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today. They are your local auto owners insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles. Back with more in just a moment right here on the WSJM Morning Show.
Rich Brand and Derek Halsey of IMS Insurance.
We already asked Trey what he does for fun. I think we know. I mean, you work on your trucks and stuff like that. Do you do anything else for fun? Free time, recharge time?
I just got into writing, so I write.
Really?
I write about my day.
Okay.
How
Very
I'm
nice.
feeling,
Yeah.
things like that. Also, I still play the game.
Okay.
Yeah, it might not seem like it's fun when I'm playing, but yeah, it's relaxing.
Okay.
A lot of times I just work out too. So I'm big into just working out.
Excellent.
It's a great mental space to be at.
Yeah. I love that you focus on making sure that you're there, you got headspace, and you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
That's excellent. James, what do you do for fun in your off time? Do you have any off time? You do so much.
I do have off time sometimes. I do. I need off time right now. But I like to go on road trips with my family.
Okay. Where have you gone recently?
Recently, we just took a road trip to South Carolina.
Okay.
Charlotte, Mecklenburg area. My fiance's cousin got married, so
nice.
we took a road trip
Congratulations to them.
to Carolina. It was nice.
I just saw. I read the headline. I didn't go into the story, but I saw something that indicated travel, going on road trips or plane trips or wherever you go. Travel generally keeps your brain healthier and keeps you looking younger. So I got to get more travel in.
Well, maybe I'll bring my hair back.
I don't know. You got the hat on, so
oh yeah,
you got no hair.
I don't want to blind everybody with my gleam.
Oh man, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
I can't say this.
Uh-oh. All right, Trey got a look. All right, and then Dad's Week. You doing anything special for Father's Day? So you're going to be down at the bash?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably just be everywhere this guy's at.
Okay, helping out with Present Pillars.
Yeah.
You have 3 categories of dads. You have current, go ahead.
I always start with the aspiring.
Aspiring.
That to me is the most important group.
Tell us about the aspiring. What is an aspiring dad, and how did you come up with that?
An aspiring dad is a young man who
Like Trey.
recognizes,
Okay.
who recognizes that he has to build his life now so that he's prepared for the future.
Okay.
It's the proactive approach, which is the approach that I feel like we need to really focus on.
I love
the
that.
expecting dad is a dad who is already expecting. So somewhere out there, someone's pregnant, and he is now learning more and fashioning his life so that he can better support mom and baby when baby comes.
Okay.
And then the current dad is a dad who already has children, who is also fashioning his life to be able to care for his family.
That's awesome. How do you measure success?
One at a time.
Yeah.
One at a time. When someone walks through our doors or calls our line, no matter how we get in contact with them, we like to give them what we call an instant outcome. How can we solve the issue that you brought to us? And then how do we make it so that you can see everything else that is at your disposal? So it's like readily available when you need it.
Okay. All right. We're talking with James Gunter and Trey Campbell. James is the executive director at Present Pillars, the Pillar Center, empowering men to thrive through community, education, and resources. We'll come back and wrap up this interview in just a moment right here on the WSJM Morning Show.
And fortunate enough to be able to help many of those folks transition from working into retirement. As you know, 401k rollovers and retirement planning is a big part of what we do.
This is Sharon Austin. I'm here for you.
This is Alec Austin. I'm here for you.
And this is Tom Austin, and I'm here for you.
Advisory services offered by Capital Asset Advisory Services, LLC, a registered investment advisor.
Taking the fear out of your future. Austin Tax and Financial.
Getting multiple estimates to replace your air conditioning system can feel overwhelming when you're not sure who to trust.
Should I care if they're licensed, experienced, and insured?
Yes, you should. Call the experts and feel at ease with McGee's. They know the rules and they don't cut corners. Trust the people that care who know how to do it right the first time. All you need to do is work with McGee's once to see the difference, and they'll be the first call every time. Feel at ease with McGee's. Call today for your estimate.
Feel at ease with McGee's.
Your local Bryant Factory authorized dealer.
From the Pat Moody Studios, this is WSJM FM Benton Harbor, St. Joseph, a product of Midwest Family Marketing and Media. Proudly serving our community. The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
It's 7:58, just a couple of minutes ahead of 8 o'clock. We've got news, international and national news from ABC coming up at 8 o'clock. Then we'll have our local news from the WSJM newsroom. Talk a little bit about that special meeting that's happening at the St. Joe City Commission today. They called a special meeting for Thursday at 12:30 to talk about the paid parking program downtown. We don't know exactly what they'll be talking about in relation to that. But some people have theorized, well, maybe they're going to give us some kind of residential relief, or maybe they're going to give us some relief on the hours, drive some more traffic down there after 6 o'clock. We'll see, because we'll be there being your eyes and ears and report back here on WSJM. All right, it's just a few minutes before more sports and weather as well. But first, let's wrap up our conversation with James Gunter. He's the executive director of Present Pillars. He brought a guest in today, Trey Campbell. And, they spend a lot of time at the Pillar Center. Again, James, for anyone who wants to get more information, where do people go to find out more information about Present Pillars?
Well, you can go to the Pillar Center. It's at 204 West Main Street in downtown Benton Harbor. You can find us online at presentpillars.org. You can give us a call, 269-363-4000.
Okay, James Gunter, thank you for everything that you do with the Pillar Center. And you've got Dad Week going on. Again, starts off Monday, Wear Blue.
Monday, Wear Blue.
Tuesday.
We're at Frank's Park at 122 East Britain Ave in Benton Harbor from 10 to 2 p.m.
Wednesday.
Also on Tuesday, we have the Lilo and Stitch movie.
Oh, that's a Celebration Cinema.
Yep. Registration is
tickets
at
still
Celebration
available for
Cinema.
that?
Yes, they are. We have plenty.
Okay.
And then on Wednesday, we're at the Jolie Smilo Boys and Girls Club. It's at 190 West Empire.
And then Sunday, you
in
got the
Benton
Beach
Harbor.
Bash.
Yep. And Sunday, we're at Gene Clark Park.
Okay, very good. Thank you for getting me out on time. It's 8 o'clock. Good morning.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President